For most, this can may not mean much. Most will probably toss it out after they're done with it. But for Bob Hoke, it meant being able to pay his medical bills. You have probably seen this chart on social media, but some people are questioning the accuracy of it. And one St. Luke's doctor says it's not 100% wrong. Muhammad and his family are not the only ones affected by this. The CSI Refugee Center tells us one family who is finally arriving this month was approved to come to the U.S. more than 4 years ago, but their process was delayed because of the decrease in refugees. Standing on this stage used to bring a feeling of excitement to people in Gooding, and some community members are hoping to bring that back. Now, we were here just about 3 hours ago and we saw about 5 to 10 people in line, all social distancing, all wearing a mask. We also did speak with the Twin Falls County clerk earlier today. They told us they did check polling centers throughout the county and they saw about the same thing. Everyone wearing a mask, everyone social distancing. The South Central Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is trying a unique approach to encourage the Hispanic and Latino community in Idaho to wear a mask by using a popular nursery rhyme. The nursery rhyme in Spanish talks about a small frog who can heal children. The South Central Hispanic Chamber of Commerce says they wanted to use something that resonated culturally with the Hispanic and Latino community to get their message across.
We see it every day, but we don't realize it until someone's talking about it and bringing awareness to it and being like, this is actually an issue.
But the problem is no one is talking about it. Sexual harassment against farm worker women. And students at the University of Idaho are hoping to change that by using bandanas to bring awareness.
It's just a way to kind of take back the way that we use bandanas, because I feel like a lot of women obviously don't just use it for heat protection, but to cover themselves up.
According to Justice for Migrant Women, 80% of farm worker women surveyed in California have said they have experienced sexual harassment while out in the fields. So most of you guys come from farm working backgrounds. Have any of you guys experienced any type of sexual harassment firsthand?
For me, I have encountered uncomfortable moments with the men because they would either like catcall me or like try to get my attention as I was working.
She recalls being out in the fields and during moments where she was separated from everyone else, fearing for her safety.
I remember just worrying because I couldn't see any of my sisters or like my mom, and just thinking, because we have heard stories about women being harassed, and that's the reason why I wear I always try to wear bulky clothes, because I don't appreciate the comments.
And they say a lot of these cases go unreported for fear of losing their jobs or deportation.
Not all the farm workers are documented, and so that's another fear. If I report it, what's going to happen to me? Will I get deported? Will I, just a fear of like, what's going to happen? And so that's why a lot of people choose to be quiet, and it's not because they want to be, it's because they kind of have to be.
H-2A workers with their visas, they're tied to these employers. So say that they don't like how they're treated and they speak up, they can't really say, okay, I quit and I'm going to a different employer. Like, they are stuck with this person for the period that they're here.
They say they hope this project brings awareness to this issue and justice for these farm worker women.
I'll let people know the struggles that like farm workers go through, especially like female farm workers.
Maybe the ones who are actually going through it can't see this, like the light in it. So it's what I feel like this project really does for a lot of people when they come together and like paint their bandana.
Stephanie Garibay, Idaho News 6. The life of a truck driver can be a lot of the same. Miles and miles of the same scenery, the same roads. But Monday, Rod Dury was in the right place at the right time.
Yesterday, it wasn't even my day to drive that truck. They just asked me to drive that truck to go pick up a tractor at Glenn's Ferry, and that's one that normally just sits, and it's just like, gosh, it just so happened to be that truck that, if it wouldn't have been there, I think that chain might have broke.
Rod was passing the Mallet Gorge Bridge. Just seconds before, a pickup truck had gone over the edge of the bridge and was being held only by a safety chain connected to a camp trailer.
I thought it was a fatality accident because I knew a truck had gone over the edge. So I got out of my truck and I was like, I don't even want to look over.
but the truck was still there. As Idaho State Police and the Gooding County Sheriffs arrived on scene, they came up with a plan to use Rod's truck to keep the pickup from going over. The Mallet Gorge is 80 to 100 feet below the bridge.
I'm dealing with this right now. The green truck is mine, and all those chains are hooked to that pickup. That's the only thing pretty much hanging on right now. There's 2 people in there, and this has been one crazy day.
In a press release, the Idaho State Police say a witness saw the driver of the pickup truck pulling a trailer and lose control. Then the camper hit the right shoulder barrier before the truck tipped over the bridge. The couple involved in the crash were transported to a hospital with no life-threatening injuries.
You know, this is a God thing. So I'm looking at life a little bit differently today, that's for sure.
Stephanie Garibay, Idaho News 6.